Hi everyone, my name is Siobhan Davids, and just by looking at my t-shirt you can probably guess which racket I'm going to be reviewing today. It is the Martita Ortega CrossFit Lite, the signature pro model. Like with the entire CrossFit range, I immediately noticed the longer handle, especially for an adidas racket, which is really well known for a slightly shorter handle, and your hand is slightly closer to the sweet spot of the racket. This racket is significantly longer, even though on paper it might not seem like it. You really do feel it, especially coming from a different adidas racket, that this handle is just much longer. Now this is completely stable, still mainly because of the airflow chambers that they put in on the sides. Really doesn't feel like the racket is too long, shaking, unstable. I don't feel disconnected from the sweet spot at all. And the rough surface is giving me a little bit more spin and that feeling of that rough surface. Mostly it's personal preference, but in this case it's a little bit more of an effect on the ball than, let's say, a sandblasted surface or that sandpaper finish that a lot of rough rackets have. And yeah, I can't wait to see the lighter weight come into play when I do the volleys and the overheads. I really like the unique shade of blue that adidas went with this Martita Ortega signature pro model CrossFit Lite. The carbon weave almost looks painted on with a broad stroke paintbrush. Looks amazing, especially when you combine it with that beautiful CrossFit rough kind of pattern on it. What adidas did with the color scheme is absolutely amazing. The racket itself looks brilliant, so unique looking in the 2024 range, not just with the longer handle and the unique looking neck that CrossFits are going to be known for, but the overall color scheme is just so such a vibrant blue combined with such a dark gray and black background. The sides grading into the Martita Ortega Pro Series label on the top of the bumper. Just such a good looking racket, and I can't wait to see what adidas has planned for the future of this model. Hitting Viboras with this racket has a special place in my heart. The extra extended handle makes me feel like I'm reaching a little bit more, which is exactly how I want to feel technically on my Viboras. I really feel like I have such easy extension, such fast swing speed. The acceleration I can achieve with this racket is absolutely phenomenal. I really felt like if I hit the Vibora into the ground, I'm automatically going to win the point. That's just how effective and how devastating it feels as soon as it comes off the racket. The sweet spot's a little bit more forgiving, but I do recommend this for a higher skilled player. But yeah, the foam of the volleys gave me all the power I needed, and like I said, the stability that I get from the dynamic airflow system is just amazing, not just for overheads, but the overall stability it gives me when someone drives at me hard and I need to volley is just amazing. This is what the CrossFit is all about. I was hoping that this racket would showcase the entire range, and that's exactly what it does. The soft foam in the middle gives you all the energy that you need. It's not too soft, not too hard. For a center sweet spot racket, this is exactly what you would be looking for in a responsive foam. Now, this longer racket is beautifully stabilized by these dynamic airflow chambers. Really feels stable, doesn't feel like you are disconnected from the racket at all. I want to credit adidas for not only the design of this racket, but the feature of the rough surface that they added is so perfectly balanced between that rough feeling on the ball, but it doesn't just produce a specific kind of feedback. It really does make more of a significant effect than I thought it would. It's definitely more than a sandblasted or that sandpaper finish that you see on some rough rackets. You do notice a little bit of a difference with the spin that it produces on the ball. But overall, I think what this racket showcases is that adidas is willing to adapt. They've introduced this range, and this specific racket shows that a light racket with sufficient acceleration through the air with a slightly lighter swing weight, the fastest speed that it goes through the air can be balanced with stability, but more importantly, when you put a brilliant foam like they did in this one, with a center sweet spot, you are not going to lose accuracy, you're not going to lose that power that you want to finish the points off. It really just does give you everything that you want. And for people that want a center sweet spot racket, want that longer handle that this racket is going to be very much known for, and a slightly lighter racket, this is an absolute no-brainer. One of my favorite rackets, not only of the 2024 Adidas range, but my favorite racket going into 2024.